What's up, everybody? So yesterday I did a video talking about how Stephen Avery recently wrote a letter to Wisconsin lawmakers asking for help, and today we're going to go over that letter that he wrote. We're going to go into it a bit deeper. Now, I posted the actual letter on Twitter and Instagram, both at Allegedly a Show, as well as I have linked it in the description of this video. So you can go to any of those places to see the actual letter. You can go to the description of the video, you can go to Twitter, you can go to Instagram at Allegedly a Show. Now, on the very first page, it talks about how he's filing a complaint. It states, the State Commission on Jurisdictional Conduct reprimand Judge Angela W., whose last name I cannot pronounce, for exceeding the scope and authority of her office and for failure to comply with the law. Judge Angela W., she turned a blind eye to much of the evidence and also refused to admit probative, admissible evidence that when evaluated under the proper standing is damning, meaning she didn't allow and or ignored evidence that could have helped Stephen Avery's case. Canons 1 to 4, as you can see up on the screen there, is basically just saying that the judge needs to comply with the law, needs to be fair, needs to be unbiased in the case. Stephen Avery stating that this particular judge, Angela W., was not. Now, the next part of this, which is page 3, is titled Judges Behaving Badly. What a great title. It states jurisdictional misconduct refers to acts that are unethical, illegal, or in violation of the jurisdictional obligation of impartiality. As we have seen, there are a myriad of ways in which jurisdictional misconduct rears its tainted head. More often than not, such misconduct is subtle, but sometimes it is blatant. Then it states fact-based evaluation of weight of evidence in a claim, failure to keep from harm. The public counts on its law enforcement officials to protect local communities. If it is shown that an official willfully failed to keep an individual from harm, that official could violate the color of the law. Statute states ruled that an attorney rendering ineffective assistance of counsel by not telling me nothing at all is attorneys Dean Strang and Jerry Buting. Now, this is just my opinion. I don't feel like Jerry and Dean did anything wrong or intentionally wrong to harm Stephen Avery's case. I've seen a multitude of interviews with both of them, especially Jerome Buting, whose book I recently read, and I honestly feel that they did their best, but I feel that they were hamstrung the entire time and extremely limited with the things that they were allowed to do. I don't think they did it intentionally. I understand Stephen has to say this stuff to get his case, to attempt to get his case back in court. He continues to state, I told them all the evidence back when I had them and they didn't do nothing at all. They kept telling me the state did all of it. If they would have did their job, I won't be in here. If they would have listened to me, they would have won my case for the truth. See, that's the thing. The state wanted Stephen and Brendan, and they got Stephen and Brendan. In any case, no matter what, if the state wants you and they have enough people on board, they're gonna get you. That's just what it is. I don't think it mattered what Dean and Jerry did. They were gonna find Stephen Avery guilty no matter what. If they would have investigated my case, but they didn't. On investigation on my case at all. This is a letter. The reason why it's written like this is an actual part that Stephen Avery wrote. I went over this in another video as well. And Dean Strang and Jerry Buting, the lawyers, admits they were ineffective in Stephen Avery's trial. They mishandling my representation and they regard to discharge juror that they were to have a record in court. They were sitting in a restaurant eating and drinking liquor, and they told the judge to let the juror go, and that was against the statute of law. And Bobby's computer, all these Brady violations that they didn't do for me, and Dean Strang and Jerry Buting was working for the DA Kenneth Kratz. See, I don't believe that either, but Jerry Buting does not like Ken Kratz whatsoever. Read his book and you will know that there is no way Kenneth Kratz, or there is no way Jerry Buting would have ever worked with Ken Kratz. They would have always listened to them and not their client, Steven Avery. Dean told Jerry not to tell me nothing at all on my case, and that is not their duties for their clients. Then it talks about a substitution of a judge. They believe that it should have been a Manitowoc County judge, not a Sheboygan judge. And here's why. It states, Manitowoc County Circuit Court took me out of my jurisdiction and my district for the substitution of the judge, and I do have 3 judges in my county, and I should have staying in my own jurisdiction. Again, this is Steven Avery's words. That's why it's written like this. In my own district, and I should had a hearing on this motion at that time. I put this in. This case has a case number, and they give me Honorable Judge Angela W. From Sheboygan, Wisconsin. I should have stayed in Manitowoc County, not in Sheboygan. I'm going to end this part on the judges right here. He's hoping the next part will be called I should have had a new trial on all the new evidence. That is the next part of Steven Avery's letter. I want to break it up so that the videos aren't overly long. But that basically, that's what he wants. He doesn't believe that he should have had a Sheboygan judge. He should have had a Manitowoc County judge. He believes that his lawyers were ineffective, Dean Strang and Jerry Buting, and that they didn't do things for him. He states he believes that they were working for Kenneth Kratz. I personally don't believe that, but who knows what Steven Avery's thinking in prison. He's been in prison. He's been in prison 18 years the first time. It's 17 years this time so far. Just crazy. I would be doing anything I could. If I was sitting in prison innocent for a total of 35 years overall, I would be doing whatever it could. I would be doing whatever I could to get out as well if I was innocent. Very interesting letter. Again, it is on Twitter, Instagram at Allegedly a Show, and is linked in the description of this video. I'll be back shortly with part 2 of Steven Avery's letter of trying to get a new trial. Let me know what you think. Have a good day, and I'll see you again soon.